Welcome. I'm Jeremy. We're here at Seattle Makers, and we're still getting ready for the big Maker Faire event, but I just wanted to show you a few things that we're up to in getting the space ready. So starting with our entry member sign-in desk. This is made by Chad Johansson. He makes all kinds of furniture from OpenDesk on his CNC. So this guy's glued and clamped together. It's a little bit small for the keyboard, so we're probably going to laser cut a bit more room for the mouse pad. Next up, this is some custom pens that we made on the 3D printer with our logo on it, and then we just popped out the cartridge and filled it with some green ink, and this was all 3D printed as well. So moving over to the 3D print station, we have two Prusa i3 Plus printers made by Open3D, myopen3d.com. It's Alex Checker's website, and he has some awesome announcements coming up at the Maker Faire. Right now we're printing a mini version of this guy, and we also have a couple mounts for we want to put some cameras in our 3D printer or in our laser cutter. We're also going to have a bed-mounted camera on this guy so that we can capture time lapses as they build up or as the laser cuts. And this is a 3D printed. I'm actually not sure if we have all the parts or how it goes together yet, but it will hold the camera in place inside of our laser cutter over here, so you can capture the prints as they happen, or the cuts. So a lot of this stuff was printed on the 3D printers. We're going to do a more in-depth video on that. Let's move on to the laser cutter. I'll show you how this is done. So this is the first version of a clock that Joy made for us. It's up there on the wall if you want to check it out. Make time for safety. And that's our safety station, made mostly 3D printed parts that hold the safety glasses and hearing protection, all that kind of stuff. And up here we're going to make a sign for our front door, which is going to be closed. But we need a sign to direct into the other door. Okay, moving on. This is another prototype. We were looking at some of the pegboards and figuring we could probably do that on our laser cutter and make some really cool stained wood and custom shaped sized pegboards. So this is a test prototype of that, and then over here to your left you can see kind of what that could look like. This is going to be a removable station, so a lot of the tools on this board create a lot of dust or wood chips. So the idea is we're gonna make one that you can take off and bring with you to outside and do some of your cutting and sanding out there. So since we have carpet in here, you can move it right outside and make a mess outside all you want. Moving over to our workbench. So this is one of the ways we're organizing the space to have it work for everyone. A lot of times in a shared workspace, you end up with a magnet bar that looks kind of like this, and things are sticking up or down, and you kind of have to hunt and search for which bit you want. And it's not really clear where they go. So we designed on the laser cutter, a labeled system. It's going to sit right behind here. This version is painted just with some flat black spray paint, and it fits right behind there. And in addition to this, we have some hex patterns that go right on top of here. So each one of these will have a place to go with the name right above it. And we'll probably do another video on that one as well. Some of the things here, we have 3D printed pencil holder. All these are going to be listed in the comment section below. The designers of each one of these. This one I made myself. It is a dust mask holder for our safety station. We also have a small friction hinge that's going to go right on top to have a lid to cover it, because the worst thing when going for a dust filter is grabbing a dust mask that's covered with sawdust. So, over there. And behind us we have the beginning of our booth for the Maker Faire this weekend. Come check it out. Here's a Seattle Mini Maker Faire plug. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So it's going to be this weekend, the 16th and the 17th. We will have a booth inside the garage, and you'll see some of these things and many more. So this sign is sun white acrylic and matte black and Kelly green, I think it was, cast acrylic. This was all cut on the laser cutter at Soto. We actually have the box with their logo I made when we were down there. Soto Makerspace has a 3-foot by 4-foot laser for some larger cuts. This, I forget the designer of this. This is a custom designed Space Needle that we're also going to be doing a class around. And what else do I have? Oh, a few prints that we've gotten off of Thingiverse. So we're going to have a lot of classes to announce and a lot of workshops where you can come in and print these, make spinners, assemble your own Space Needle, all kinds of things like that, which we will be announcing at the fair. This is the classroom that's going to showcase all of those classes, and we'll have several desks set up in here. We're working with the design with Chad on the design. He's also made this breakout desk from OpenDesk, and so we're going to have a number of classroom desks in here where you can learn 3D printing, designing for it, designing for the laser cutter or the CNC, as well as basic programming, sewing, all kinds of things, and that'll be up on our website soon. Right now we have a breakout desk that's almost complete. So this is off of OpenDesk, and Chad's come in and put this together. That was our first blog post, if you want to check out more about that. He also made a sit-stand desk for a laptop. And over here we have a lounge area for snacks and lounging, review of the Space Needle. And then a few other spots that aren't quite all together. So we have an electronic station with PCB clamps, wire strippers, a whole bunch of wires and materials, soldering irons. Yeah, and that's the space. So come check us out at the Maker Faire. We're going to be there the 16th and the 17th of September, and we're going to be in the garage. We'll see you at the fair.